Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about cloud computing challenges. Cloud computing challenges are the different challenges that are being faced by users or cloud providers during cloud computing. Before discussing about cloud computing challenges, let us know what is cloud computing and what is the need for cloud computing. First, let us discuss about what is cloud computing. Cloud computing is a new technological advancement that supports better utilization of IT infrastructure, services, and applications using internet. It adopts a service delivery model based on a pay-per-use approach in which users do not own infrastructure, platform, or applications but uses them for the time they need them. These IT assets are owned and maintained by service providers who make them accessible through the internet. Then, what is the need for cloud computing? Before using cloud computing, most of the large as well as small IT companies uses traditional methods, that is they store data in server and they need a separate server room for that. In that server room they maintain database server, mail server, firewalls, routers, modems, high speed networking devices, etc. For that, IT companies have to spend lots of money to purchase the resources and to manage the resources. In order to reduce the cost of managing the infrastructure, most of the IT companies started using cloud computing. Now, what are cloud computing challenges? The cloud computing is getting implemented in almost all companies. A tremendous amount of data has been generated and stored by the companies in the cloud. So, there are lot of security issues faced by them as the data is going to be processed or transferred through cloud. The most common challenges that are faced by the customers or companies when dealing with cloud computing are as follows. 1. Data security and privacy. 2. Cost management. 3. Performance challenges. 4. Interoperability and flexibility. Fifth one, lack of knowledge and expertise. Sixth one, downtime and high dependence on network. Seventh one, management of multi-cloud environment. Let us discuss these cloud computing challenges one by one. The first one is data security and privacy. The data of user or organization stored in the cloud is critical and private. The data stored in the cloud must be secure and should provide full confidentiality. The cloud provider should take necessary security measures to secure the data of the customers by protecting data centers from unauthorized physical access, theft, or damage. It is the responsibility of the cloud provider to keep the software, hypervisors, and hardware up to date to fix vulnerabilities. Moreover, the cloud provider should implement firewalls, intrusion detection, and protection systems to monitor for malicious activity. Even though the cloud service provider assures data integrity, it is the responsibility of user or customer to carry out user authentication and authorization, identity management, and access control. The user should provide a strong password, should not share the password with anyone, and regularly change the password to maintain confidentiality. Hacking and malware are also one of the major problems as it can affect multiple customers. Hacking can lead to data loss, disrupt the encrypted file system, and many other problems. The next challenge is cost management. Cloud computing is affordable as it offers pay as you go model, which reduces the overall cost of resources being used. There are times when there are huge costs incurred to enterprises using cloud computing if the resource optimization is not proper. Scaling of resources should be done properly as per demand from time to time. If the scaling of resources is not optimized properly, then the cost will be increased. Unused resources are one of the main reasons to increase cost. If you turn on the services of cloud and forget to turn it off during weekends or when there is no use of resources, it will increase the cost even without using resources. The next one is performance challenges. Performance is an important factor while considering cloud based solutions. If the performance of cloud is not satisfactory, it can drive away users and decrease profits. Even a little latency while loading an app or a web page can result in a huge drop in the percentage of users. This latency can be a product of inefficient load balancing, which means that the server cannot efficiently split the incoming traffic so as to provide the best user experience. Challenges also arise in case of fault tolerance, which means the operations continue as required even when one or more of the components fail. Next challenge is interoperability and flexibility. When an organization uses a specific cloud service provider and wants to switch to another cloud based solution, it often becomes a tedious procedure since applications written for one cloud are required to be rewritten for other cloud. There is lack of flexibility in switching from one cloud to another due to the complexities involved. Handling data movement, setting up the security from scratch, and networking also adds up to the issues encountered when changing cloud solutions, thereby reducing flexibility. Observe the figure. There are two cloud providers, a particular user using both the clouds. Cloud 1 is used to execute some applications and Cloud 2 is used to execute some other applications. Sometimes the user need to migrate an application from one cloud to another cloud. This kind of procedure is called interoperability. Interoperability involves complex procedure. The cloud providers should allow users to switch their applications from one cloud to another cloud with ease of interoperability and flexibility. The next challenge is lack of knowledge and expertise. One of the major challenges faced by the cloud industry is the lack of experienced professionals. Due to the complex nature, the cloud needs workers with immense knowledge and wide expertise on the subject. Although there are a lot of professionals in the field, they need to constantly update themselves. There are a lot of vacancies, but very few talented cloud engineers, developers, and professionals are available. Therefore, there is a need for upskilling. Next challenge is downtime and high dependence on network. Downtime is the common challenges of cloud computing as no cloud provider guarantees a platform that is free from downtime. The downtime should be minimized. Since cloud computing deals with providing resources, it deals with enormous amounts of data transfer to and from the servers. This is only made possible due to the availability of the high speed network. Although these data and resources are exchanged over network, This can prove to be highly vulnerable in case of limited bandwidth or in case of interruption in internet service. The enterprises can cut their hardware costs, but they need to ensure that the internet bandwidth is high as well as there is no interruption in the internet service, or else it can result in a potential business loss. Next challenge is management of multi-cloud environment. Due to an increase in the options available to the companies, enterprises not only use a single cloud but depend on multiple cloud service providers. Most of these companies use hybrid cloud tactics and close to 84% are dependent on multiple clouds. A single customer using multiple clouds, making the job of administrators managing the infrastructure very difficult. Each cloud provider has its own tools, APIs, and interfaces, making it difficult to maintain a consistent, centralized overview of performance and resources. Moving workloads and data between clouds is challenging due to proprietary technologies, vendor lock in, and differing network protocols. Data transfer between cloud providers becomes slow, leading to performance bottlenecks.